Happy New Year's, everybody. In today's video, we have a very, very special edition where we hang out with you and ring in the new year for 2022. We are joined by members of the community, members from the UCN, where we discuss their favorite moments from 2021, what they're looking forward to in 2022, and just get to know the community a little bit better. We hope you enjoy this. Happy New Year's, everybody. Stay tuned to the end of the video so you can learn how to win 22,000 Upex that we're giving away to 5 lucky players in honor of 2022. Happy New Year's and enjoy the show. Welcome, everybody, to the Upland New Year's Eve party of 2021. Wait, I guess, is it New Year's Eve 2021 going into 2022? What's the vernacular there?
I actually don't know. Is it New Year's Eve 2022 or New Year's Eve 2021? I don't know. I'm going with 2021. I feel like it's 2021. It's New Year's Eve. Like New Year's Eve is taking place in 21, so it should be.
We're moving over to 2022. It's been a great year. We're here to celebrate with you guys, and for tonight's festivities, we're going to have everybody from the UCN network, a bunch of players on, talking about all things Upland, sharing their favorite memories, talking about the future, their goals for 2022. And with that, let's actually bring on our first guest from the Upland Show. It's none other than Loyal Doyle and McSqueeb. Loyal Doyle and McSqueeb.
There they are.
Happy
What's up, man?
Not much, man. You know, just another day, another, I don't know, something else. A lot of stuff going on. That's all I got to say.
So for those of you that don't know, the Upland Show is a YouTube channel where Loyal Doyle and McSqueeb have a weekly podcast that they do. They also produce a lot of different videos on a variety of topics over on Upland. So let me ask you guys, McSqueeb, Loyal Doyle, how has 2021 been in Upland for you guys?
It's been amazing. All the city releases have been super cool. I can't believe how much it has grown.
Yeah,
just since like the Rutherford, just today I actually sold some of my first properties for USD in Rutherford for like 4 times what I paid for them. So that was pretty cool.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you guys get anything in Alameda or Berkeley today?
I did get quite a few in
Nice.
the new Oakland release, so that was pretty fun.
Sorry, I think McSqueeb's mic is muted or something. He's not.
Oh, there we go.
Can you hear me now?
Oh,
There you
coming
go.
through loud and clear.
Hey, 2021. We know how to work remotely. Yeah, so I was just saying that I'm just excited from Upland's perspective of teaching me geography for the United States. So thank you for that.
It's so true. Fun fact, and this shows my ignorance on geography. I had no idea Cleveland was where Cleveland is. And I only know that because I've always constantly zooming in on the map there. So a lot of fun.
And, you know, very few people know that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
You just don't think of that.
I knew. Yeah. Also, the NFL Hall of Fame is in.
I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Cool.
Ohio, yeah.
There you go. Upland teaching us things about Cleveland.
Well, that
So
I already knew, but
McSqueeb, I know the world wants to know, where does your name McSqueeb come from?
McSqueeb is actually reference to a haircut that was popular in the late 1980s where the hair was buzz short except for the bangs that hung down in the front. You know, and Tony Hawk, who you know, was as we all know, is a famous skateboarder in the 80s, was famous to those in the skateboarding community, but not broadly. And he had the McSqueeb haircut. In fact, he debuted the really he made it big, really. So that's kind of where it came from. And I was a big skater back in the day, and I actually had that hairstyle for a while, much to the chagrin of my parents. But now I don't have as much hair to even try to do anything like that.
I was going to say, yeah, you should bring it back.
bring it back.
Can you imagine how bad
Back
that
to
would
your
be?
essence, your soul. Come on.
Right. Have it with my bad, with a really awesome bald spot right here, and then have the bangs hanging over. That would be really attractive.
It's only awkward if you make it awkward.
Hello, ladies.
So 2022 is coming. Upland Show. What's in store for the Upland Show? And what are your guys' goals for, you know, your Upland network, your Upland profile overall?
We've got some fun announcements that'll come out pretty early on in the year. I think we're gonna hold that. I think we're gonna have a cool video coming out pretty early on in the year, sharing some exciting updates that we'll be doing, some new style content that we haven't done before.
We plan on doing maybe a few of our own little contests with to engage our community a little bit more and to get people more excited about Upland itself. We're super bullish on Upland, and we know that Upland community broadly is growing fast, but we also want to play kind of our own little role in helping that community be energized and excited and enthusiastic about where Upland's headed. And we feel everybody in the UCN really has some opportunity, I think, to kind of engage and ignite that community. So we want to do that a little bit with contests and maybe some giveaways. And we're actually thinking about some dancers that may be kind of in the background as well.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I volunteer David as a dancer.
You don't want to see these moves. You do not want to see these moves.
But I'll tell you what I'm most excited for, though, is Cars coming to the metaverse. I think Cars is really going to take Upland from this like property game to really being a metaverse experience, like a virtual world. And I think that's the first step in many future like massive steps that Upland's going to take to feel like this immersive world and experience. Sure. I think some of the things that Dirk and Don have shared with us about Cars, and that is an amazing NFT in and of itself. Just what we've heard so far.
I think what you're saying really highlights. I think this is what 2022 is going to be about for us. Is about like experiences, right? Not just property trading. It's going to be a very diverse, set of things that you can do, activities and experiences, and it's gonna be very exciting. I'm super stoked about it. Obviously, some stuff we can't talk about, but it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm personally excited about 2022 really opening wide the possibility for third-party businesses to come into to Upland and really create an economy within the Upland community.
Yeah, no, it's super excited. Well, Loyal Doyle McSqueeb, thank you very much for taking the time here on New Year's Eve to hang out with us and ring in the new year together. Congratulations on all your success. We love what you guys are doing. I know everybody on the team watches your guys' show regularly. So thank you for being a part of the community and for what you do. And here's the 2022 guys.
Yeah, thank you.
2022.
Happy New Year.
Let's go.
Happy New Year.
We'll see you guys later.
Thanks, everybody.
Oh, what a good bunch. I would love to see the McSqueeb come back. I think that maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it. I
believe in you. Yeah, you got it. You remember that one time you grew your hair out?
Yeah, that one time, and I looked hideous, but
well, it's because you didn't have the McSqueeb.
It's true. I got to go with the McSqueeb. Continuing on, everybody, we've got another YouTube personality member here of the UCN. It's Radish Head. Let's bring Radish Head on the show, the New Year's Eve show. There he is, the one and only Radish Head from Upland Analysis over on YouTube. Radish Head, happy New Year's.
Happy New Year to you both. It's excellent to be here. Very exciting.
Yes. So tell us about your favorite memory from 2021, or maybe your most, what stands out to you about this past year in Upland?
I mean, honestly, for me, it's been the tremendous, impressive growth of the Upland Analysis YouTube channel, because I kind of set it up at the time. The Upex.world site had just gone down. People were crying out for analysis tools, and the in-game Upland Analysis tools weren't there yet. So I created the channel to kind of fill that gap. Obviously, since then, Uplanders brought in a lot of ways to help users navigate sales data and stuff like that. But just the support of the community in setting that up, and the support of the Upland team as well, it's just been magnificent to see. And for me, that is what separates Upland from the rest of the kind of NFT crypto game space is just the community, and it's just magnificent.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I think what your type of content was something that was kind of missing too. Like, there wasn't anybody really doing like these market analysis. So I was really excited when I started to see your videos come out. I was like, this is exactly what we need. We need a guy who does this.
I'm glad you think so.
Yeah, so let's look forward to 2022. What are you most excited for coming next year in Upland? The Upland Show, they both mentioned motor vehicles. What am I saying? Metaverse motors. There we go. Meta motors. That's the word.
Meta motors. That's it. That's the one. Yeah.
What are you most excited for, Redished?
For me, it's all about meta ventures. I'm planning on setting up a completely dedicated part of my YouTube channel that's specifically going to focus on meta ventures. How many different businesses there are in each city, like different types of businesses, how they're performing, because I think that's going to be it's going to be a whole new economy basically within the game. It's going to be very dynamic and it's going to be really interesting to follow. So for me, meta ventures,
one that's entirely player driven too, right?
Exactly.
I think that's going to be super, super fascinating. Yeah,
it's going to be really, really interesting to follow that.
Yeah, with the addition of meta ventures, just think like where we're at right now, today, New Year's Eve, compared to where we'll be at next year. But meta ventures will change everything. It'll look completely different. And it's very exciting to be a part of.
Yeah, so super looking forward to that. I think it's going to be super fun. Just, people being able to come in, build their brand, build like a voice and a presence in the metaverse. I think is just going to be something that's totally unique to what we're doing.
And it sort of gives avenue to a totally different kind of player as well.
Absolutely.
I foresee there will be people who will play Upland and pretty much only engage with the meta ventures side of the game. They might not be bothered about property flipping at all. Their whole revenue stream might come from meta ventures, and that is really, really exciting to me. Just like with the cars, if people buy a whole bunch of cars and start leasing them out or whatever, I don't know what's planned with cars, but that could be some people's entire game strategy is around cars. So it's just fascinating to me.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think definitely there are going to be players who come in and are the reality is there's going to be such a diverse set of stuff to do that not everybody's going to do everything, and that's totally okay. That's kind of the vision, right? Is that everybody's going to have their niche, their opportunity to play and engage and hopefully earn.
And specialization, you specialize on, maybe you're a business guy in businesses, maybe you're in the cars, maybe you're in the property, so you're in the real estate, virtual real estate there. So very exciting. Well, Radishhead, Happy New Year's, my friend. Thank you very much for taking the time to be on the the Happy New Year's, and we'll see you next time.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's. Yeah. Here's to a great 2022.
Amen.
Yeah, cheers, man.
All right, we're just waiting for our next guest. I believe it's Uplando who is coming on from the cafe, so that should be fun and exciting.
Absolutely.
General Mort.
What are you looking forward to?
Oh, what am I looking for? Dude, I will say motors. Why do I keep wanting to say motor vehicles? I don't know. What am I? DMV here?
Meta motor vehicles.
Meta Motors, I think, is going to be game changing. I'm really excited. We've seen the designs. Idon, for those of you that missed, we do have an AMA. You can go check out the AMA. Idon has showed just a tease of what's to come there. The way they look fantastic. And so, yeah, I think Meta Motors is what I'm most excited for. General Moore, what's some New Year's Eve traditions you have? You have any fun traditions with your family that you use? You do?
New Year's Eve traditions?
Or you go to bed early?
Actually, so no, I'm not one of those. But when I was a kid, there was always a traditional New Year's Eve party at my grandparents' house, and it was always a poker party. And when I was very young, I engaged in the poker party and did some illegal betting, and it was super fun. And I used to always beat everybody, and it was really great. And I don't think I'm good at poker anymore, but I used to be. Apparently. But that tradition has since died, and at this point it's just, I don't know, now it's whatever. We've had a couple really big New Year's Eve parties at my parents' house. They're really fun. We get a dance floor and it's catered and stuff, but none of that. We were going to do that this year, but my whole family got COVID, so that's not happening.
Oh, there you go. Our next guest has just arrived. Let's bring him on stream as we continue down our New Year's bash here of 2021. It is the one and only Uplando from the Upland Cafe. Uplando, Happy New Year's, my friend.
Happy New Year's to you too. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, now tell everybody about the Upland Cafe. I feel like a lot of our players still don't know about the Upland Cafe, but it's my favorite cafe. I don't know about General Mort, but we enjoy it.
I created it. Of course it's my favorite cafe.
Getting a virtual sip of coffee with our friends and hanging out with Uplando. Uplando, what is the Upland Cafe for those of you that don't know?
True story. So Upland Cafe was kind of came into fruition when Scooby from Icon and myself were wanting a place that we go to share the experience of opening cities and minting new cities with other players in Upland. And General Mort heeded the call and then deemed the Upland Cafe open. That's the name that he gave it. So we were so happy to have it. And what it turned into was, of course, that Santa Clara minting that went on, and many players joining in, talking with each other, strategy and excitement. I got a property, I actually got something that I want. And then that continued on with going one-on-one and helping players to refine their gameplay and educate them on how the various mechanics in the game works. And that continues on today. It's incredible. There are players throughout the world that join the cafe, so many different dialects and the way that they approach the game, and helping new player levels of playing field. And you get in touch with people through their voice. And I think that's amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we've both, General Mort and I have both had the chance to be in there a couple times now, and it's amazing. It's amazing how positive everybody is in the community, and respectful and civil, and it's real legitimate discussion happening there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really is.
I think it's like one of those things that, like, we're still building all of this up. And of course, once we have like more in-game communication stuff and in-game cafes, like I kind of see it as like a personification of the future in a sense. It's like, this will be the experience, but in-game at some point, which is really exciting.
It is. We in the cafe have this kindness that we show each other because we understand sometimes the level of difficulty that go on, and to know that you've got fellow Uplanders there experience the same things that you are, and helping kind of diffuse those situations as they arise. And so it is an incredible worldwide type of melting pot that people are in the cafe, and it is incredibly positive. And we see people all the time, new players come in, and it is really a great thing to see them having a good experience in Upland.
All right, Uplando, I got a big question for you here before we let you leave. For 2022, if you were king of Upland and you could pick one city to drop, what city would you have open in 2022?
That's a tough one. I will probably have to go with London. I would say that one would be a big pick for a lot of
great pick.
I want to say Tijuana. But I'll go with London.
Tijuana would be fun.
Yeah, no, London would be cool. You'd get that European opening there. You get a lot of history there. I think that would be very, very fun. So good, solid pick, Uplando.
That is a cool thing about like going to Upland in Europe. It's like you're buying these properties that have probably been there for like hundreds and hundreds of years.
Oh
so
yeah,
pretty awesome.
Yeah, thousands of years in some cases.
Yeah, in some cases, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Uplando, Happy New Year's, my friend. Thank you for joining us. And we will see you in the Upland Cafe.
Yeah, we'll be bringing in the New Year's in the cafe. So many players, as you said, General Mort, some of COVID not wanting to go out. So we're going to be dropping the ball all throughout the metaverse, throughout the world.
Awesome.
We're going to be in there for the long haul.
Very good.
Awesome.
We'll see you later, Uplando. Happy New Year's, my friend.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Happy New Year.
And we're rolling right along, man. We've got the star-studded guest list here.
I feel like who was the guy that always used to host New Year's Eve?
Oh, come on.
Famous broadcaster.
Yeah. I want to. It's not Dick Van Dyke, but
no.
Dick Van Dyke.
No, it's not. It's not who it is.
No, I know who you mean. Google it. We'll use the Google machine.
That's what I'm doing.
While we bring on our next guest, the one and only Kaiser, another YouTube mainstay here in the Upland community. It's Kaiser12 from Kaiser12 on Upland. Welcome. Happy New Year's, Kaiser.
Hey, Happy New Year's, guys. How you guys doing?
Really, really good.
Still kicking.
Awesome. Yeah, excited for 2022. Taking a look back at 2021. Kaiser, tell us a little bit about how you got started in Upland. I actually don't know your story.
I got actually started before the whole, COVID thing happened. That was actually, I think, a reason why a lot of people hopped into the metaverse. It sped things up, but I really don't remember the month. I think it was around June of 2022, and my brother actually showed me. And the funny thing is, he doesn't really play Upland too much anymore. He doesn't really play at all, but he showed me it, and I thought it was fascinating that you can buy digital properties in, the metaverse that you guys call. I didn't even know it was the metaverse at the time. I just thought it was a really fun game, and it just turned into, basically a second life for me, I guess you can say, hopping in Upland Cafe and Upland Cafe is still pretty new, but when I hopped in, it was just San Francisco, buy, sell, trade properties. And, it's still kind of that, but it's evolved a whole lot more since I started. So it's, I love the game to death. I mean, sometimes there's a lot of love-hate in it, but, I love it to death.
Yeah, well, we've opened up a lot of cities here over the past couple months. What is some of your strategies that you could share with some of our listeners when going into a new city?
My strategies have changed over time, I can say that, but my strategy is right now is because there's so many cities that come out in such a short period of time compared to what it used to be in the past.
Right.
I go in there, I choose a couple properties that I really like a lot. Like when I say a couple, I mean 1 to 3, maybe 1 to 4, and the rest I buy and find pretty decent prices, low prices, may I say, and I look at kind of like with these expansions, for example, Bronx, I look at Brooklyn prices and kind of compare and contrast like blue collectionary prices to, Bronx would blend in with it because it's technically an expansion of Brooklyn. And I kind of buy and I hurry up and trade for lower than what people would expect it to be. So people have a chance of making money on top of it, or Upex, whatever you want to say. And that's kind of how I go in it. And I select a few properties that I want to hold very long term, or that's how I kind of go in at it. But other than that, the Upex that I make, I kind of just reinvest it back to where my main investment or my main city is, which is San Francisco, either if it's through Spark or adding on to properties in a certain area I like.
Very cool.
Very cool. Yeah, those are some solid tips, guys. To get more of that type of analysis right there, head over to Kaiser12 on Upland on YouTube and check out his YouTube channel. Kaiser12, one thing you're looking forward to in 2022 before we let you go here?
Honestly, in-game communication, cafes, bringing in-game communication into Upland instead of Discord. That would be a huge, awesome, add-on to Upland.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's going to rapidly change the way that the community interacts with each other and just really open things up. I mean, you got to think about it. We have a lot of members in Discord, but there's a massive subset of players who just don't ever join Discord and are just in the game kind of in their lonely world. And I want to make it less
add
lonely.
One more thing onto that, more. I'm sorry to cut you off, but one thing that I think I'm more excited on in that whole aspect of it is actual neighborhoods forming in the right kind of way. You'll actually see neighborhoods forming, like Chinatown will turn more China, Japantown will turn more Japan, so that's what I'm definitely excited for, because cafes will be in every neighborhood, for the most part, I would think. So that's what I'm very excited about.
Yeah,
neighborhoods turning into neighborhoods.
Yeah, creating these kind of node communities, these centralized areas where people congregate and kind of interact with their community, build stuff together, do stuff together. I think it's gonna be incredible.
Yeah, really exciting. Well, thank you for joining us, Kaiser12. Happy New Year. Here's the 2022.
Happy New Year.
Later, my friend.
Happy New Year, guys.
And we're rolling right along here. In-game communication. I know, General Mort, you're super excited about that.
Yeah, that's a big one for me. I think I'm a big multiplayer gamer. I play a lot of MMOs, MOBAs, games like that, like stuff where there's interactivity, there's that dynamic nature of playing with other players. It's a little bit something that's missing from Upland right now, right? You don't have an opportunity to engage anybody actually inside the app. So I think it's going to rapidly change how players interact with the game. And I'm super excited. By the way, Dick Clark.
There we go.
Dick Clark. There we go.
That's good. Way to use that Google machine, General. Well done. Let's bring on our next guest here. He's the one and only YK2012. Very excited to have him here from uplandguide.com. He's actually one of our newer UCN members and just crushing it, helping new players, creating guides over in Discord and in the community. YK2012, Happy New Year, my friend.
Happy New Year. Thanks so much for having me on this show and also in the UCN network. I'm very excited to be the newest member.
Yeah, so tell us, what kind of guides do you help provide players? I see you a lot in the new players channel as well on Discord, and then you have your own Discord as well.
That's right. I have my own Discord. I'm very active in the new player channel. I'm talking about everything, trying to give players an insight into everything that Upland has to offer. I know that now that you guys received Series A funding and you guys are growing your team, I'm going to have to start growing my team as well. And you guys are moving a lot faster, which is fantastic for everybody. And for me, that's creating a backlog of work on my end as well. but I'm happy to have this additional work and really to explain to people everything that Upland has to offer, whether it be some basic strategies on buying properties, explaining what Upland legits are, some insight into football, also teaching people that a lot of people, international players that don't know what the NFL is, trying to teach them a little bit about football. And we've got a contest going on where if you join our Discord, you can see that we're actually giving away 60,000 Upex for anyone who can guess who's going to win Week 17 games. So
Nice.
It's free to enter, and I encourage everyone to head over to our Discord to do that. And really just looking forward to cars and meta ventures, and what else you guys have planned for also the life token and lots of other things.
Yeah, the life token, a lot of players, a lot of OG players are about the life token. That's something
we haven't talked a lot about it like in a long time, so hopefully more in 2022.
Let me ask you this, YK 2012, what is the most common question that you get from new players?
The most common question is probably about Spark. A lot of players don't really know what Spark is, or how to use it, or what it's used for. Now, obviously, there's a lot going to be going on in terms of the developing of neighborhoods and creating other decor and things. So people may know what Spark is, but they don't have that further insight into how it's going to be useful and how they can utilize that, 3, 4, 6 months down the line. So my guide tries to explain what you can do to build your home now and why that's going to be useful for you in the future.
So real quick, your 10,000 foot view or explanation rather, why is properties or buildings going to be important for players in the future?
They're going to be important because you're going to need a place to live. Just like you live somewhere in the real world, you're going to need a place to live in the metaverse as well. And that's going to be your home base. You're going to be able to connect to other people in your communities, whether it be through the cafes like Kaiser just mentioned, and Uplando in the Upland Cafe. And you're going to need to be able to develop and build your community as well as being able to utilize legits and trade legits. You guys had mentioned, not you guys, but Dunn had mentioned the need to be able to move legits or trade them with people where you own properties in a specific city if you're not physically there in order to trade in person, so to speak. So that's another reason why you want to be able to develop your land.
Very good. Well said. We couldn't have said it better ourselves. There. Well, YK.
That's why he writes the guides.
That's why. YK 2012. It is a pleasure. We're very excited to have you in the UCN and a part of the community. Thank you for all you do, and Happy New Year. Happy 2022.
Happy 2022. Look forward to seeing you guys again in the new year.
Yeah,
likewise.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much.
And we are actually moving international here. We've covered a lot of our UCN members here have been from the US and US based, but our next guest comes from Brazil. And who doesn't want to go to Brazil? I do.
Hello.
Hey, Musida here.
Hello.
Yeah.
Brazil. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys. Thank you for having me here. I'm really excited.
Yeah, you are newer to the UCN as well. You've been here a couple months, but you're not new to the Brazilian community in Upland. It's one of our larger communities. Portuguese is one of our larger communities, internationally speaking. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and about Upland Brazil.
Well, I started playing Upland, I think in April, and I just saw videos in English about that. And in real life, I'm a professor of computer science, so I know for a fact that we learn a lot when we teach, and so I thought, no, I think I have to teach this and learn about the Upland. I love to teach, so I started to make movies. Oh, not movies, videos in Portuguese, and it started to grow. People start to see it, and it was really great. I think we have more than 2,000 people subscribing in my YouTube channel right
Awesome.
a lot of people seeing this, and it's good. It's really, really great.
That's super cool.
Yeah, really cool. So let me ask you this: if Upland was to go to Brazil, what would be the city that Upland goes to first?
I think it would be Rio. It's the most. Yeah, I think it's not the biggest one, but the people
most know.
If they think about Brazil, they think about Rio. São Paulo is the biggest, but it's
I was gonna say
really,
São Paulo
really
is the other one that
big.
comes up,
Yeah, São Paulo is like the whole New York City with
wow.
Yeah, it's really big. Rio, it's gonna be really good. We have a lot of nice cities here to
we look forward
develop.
we look forward to entering Brazil someday. That would be super awesome.
I think it's one of the questions that I have the most here is when do I come to Brazil?
When is Upland coming to Brazil?
Everybody wants to know when everything is, but it's just
it would be great because
we'll get there.
We know which neighborhood we have to go because we know the city.
Exactly. Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah, it would be great for us.
Yeah, you'd have a huge advantage. Somebody else would have to do the research. So, Musita, real quick before we let you go, what are you most excited about for 2022?
A lot of things. I think it's one word to say about 2022 is great challenges because cars are coming, business are coming. So I think we are going to rethink about some strategies, and that Upland is very dynamic, so we have to check what we are going to do now, and it's great because it's going to be even better. 2022.
Yeah, well said.
It's a great year.
Well said. It's exciting. I love the new year because of the change it represents. And that's no different here in Upland. And it's onward and upward. Musita, thank you very much, everybody. That's Upland Brazil on YouTube. Go check it out. Happy New Year, Musita. Thank you.
Happy New Year. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I do have a correction to make. I didn't know this, but YK 2012 is actually also international from Israel.
Yeah, I saw that as well. Sorry.
Yes, well, we missed that. But there you go. We're very excited. Moving right along. Our next guest, you may know him over on Twitch as the on his Upland Millionaires channels, but it's the one and only KTwice, who has made a couple of big splashes during our auctions. Most recently, you just picked up the Oakland terminal.
Yeah, that's huge.
What's up, guys? First of all, I was allowed to purchase that one because I mean, let's be real. Abdullah is just a prince, man. I literally we were messaging each other. I was like, dude, I'm not even gonna try, bro. And then it was great because it was for a great cause, and I actually donate to St. Jude's every year myself personally. And so I was like, all right, we'll crack out this terminal. And fortunately, he stopped the bidding. Like I said, he allowed me to have that one.
Yeah, that was crazy. Every bid on those new properties was a new record broken.
It's crazy.
Yours started it with we had never had a 4 million Upex, and then you hit 4, and then it just went 6, 8, and I think our last property was 30 million. That was insane.
It was awesome. It was really fun to see. You guys do a great job, by the way. I love watching you guys. I literally just come to the auction house just to kind of kick with you guys, man. You guys do a great job. So well done.
Oh, thank you very much. I know it's our favorite time. In fact, Joe,
yeah, it's so much fun. I don't know. Yeah. We just have
it is. It's just fun. It's just good times.
Yeah.
KTwice, why don't you tell everybody about your Twitch channel, Upland Millionaires, what it's about, and why people should tune in.
So when I first started this game, I'm from Fresno, Clovis. I live in Fresno, and I didn't really know what I was doing. Like, I just didn't. I literally bought up a couple of properties I own in real life, and I realized that wasn't very smart to do. And I was buying 200-300% in Fresno by these little properties. I had no idea what I was doing. So, I love this game. I love everything about it. I love seeing the direction that Upland is going. I love seeing the seed investments. I love just the overall structure of it. I think there's nothing like it. Nothing has been done like it from a business and entrepreneur standpoint. Like, I am so excited to see where Upland goes. And so, I was talking with a couple of my buddies that actually got me into the game, TF Media and Kevin the Man, and they're big players in the game too. And I was like, hey, let's just start like a fun Upland channel and Discord and and on Twitch, so that, you know what, we can kind of help, you know, people just understand the game a little bit better, just in case they don't, and not make the same mistakes that I made when I first came in and just, you know, was buying things, you know, without any idea or concept. So I wanted to create something, and you know, we've been super busy lately just in real life stuff, but you know, we wanted to really kind of have a platform that will help people, like, hey, just come to the Discord, come to the Twitch channel. We want to just, you know, go live and do things as far as anything Upland related, and, you know, kind of help out any of the new players.
Yeah, no, I know it's really been fun. And you hosted our parade, which was a lot.
That was so cool.
Yeah, the Halloween parade. There were some technical glitches, but you handled it like a champ, and the parade went off, and it was really fun.
My actual Explorer was just off everywhere. Like, everyone was going in the trail, and then my Explorer was like just going in his own direction. I was like, we'll just roll with it, man. It's cool.
That's fun. So you mentioned starting this to help players not make the same mistakes that you made starting. What were some of those mistakes? I'm interested.
Listening to other people and believing actually listening to greedy people, and, you know, telling me that I should be buying things at 1,000%, 800%, 700%. Wow. And I did buy some of these things, and you know, it kind of was just like, man, I don't want anyone else to have a bad taste in their mouth because they made a couple mistakes like that. So, you know, there was so many things with the whole, you know, buying and selling and charging fees for people, like as far like a real estate agent type thing, and where everyone should be able to do this by themselves and have to pay someone else to have to. Now, I don't want to, you know, trump on anyone's business, but, you know, sometimes if I'm paying for, you know, a $2 million Upex property and then being charged 10% on top of it, I just think for the average player, that would not be cool, and that wouldn't be fun. So I want to create a platform where, you know, hey, like, don't do that, and then don't over expenditure, you know, a cost of a piece of property. Like, don't, like, I saw something, like, we have another Facebook group, and this guy was like talking about, he bought a non-collection church, right? And it was like, I think the mint was like 8,000 Upex, and he said he was going to sell it to the actual church for 80 million Upex. And then if they didn't buy it for 80 million Upex, they were going to go to other non-denominational churches and have them build mosques on it, just if they didn't buy it. I was like, dude, I'm like, bro, like, no, that's not how this game is played. I was like, no, delete. But that's kind of what we want to avoid. We want to keep the game pure, right? And with good intentions and understanding, with at least a little bit of business sense. You know, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner. I've done a lot of different things. I personally develop. I have real estate. I've got, you know, I started, ironically, in the mortgage business in 2006, right before the Big Short. So I've got a little bit of experience on flipping and stuff like that too. And I want people to have a good concept of what the floor price is, what the ceiling price is, and what they should be holding, what they shouldn't be holding, and not get mad if they're not getting, you know, 2,000% on a non-collection, you know, item. You know, it's just one of those things where I want people to make sense of the game. I don't want people to take advantage of the game, get taken advantage, or, you know, get frustrated if they don't sell a piece of property for what they think it's worth in their head, where if it's not worth what the game actually is, has the floor ceiling price.
Right. Well said. I love it. KTwice. Thank you very much, everybody. Go check out KTwice.
That's the legend.
Upland Millionaires. Yeah, actually, KTwice. So for those of you that don't know, on our community auctions, there was one where KTwice won like 4 in a row, or
no, he bought all of them. Yeah. We didn't even know who he was at the time.
Yeah, I just
bought everything.
Yeah, and I realized, like, I kind of made a few mistakes there, but
you made a name for yourself, and that's
exactly, and it was fun, and it's really cool to kind of see that, and the crowd kind of gets engaged, and it's super fun. Hey guys, thank you so much. I'm super excited for 2022, excited for the businesses, excited for all the fun things that are coming, man. You guys do such a great job, and I'm thankful to be here and a part of anything that you guys do.
Well, hey, thank you very much. Happy New Year's, KTwice.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, you guys too. We're looking forward to hopefully the next live event. I can make it out there, and we'll all kick it.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, 100%. We'll let you know.
Well, that's 2022 is on its way, guys. We're rolling right along here on our New Year's Eve show, and we're very excited for our next two guests, two more YouTube stars here. It's Left House and Mars Utah. welcome, guys, of the NFT Action News. I keep wanting to say Upland Action News. I know you had a rebrand. It is the NFT Action News.
That's correct. Yeah, we changed the name because, you know, it just started to make more sense. We were covering and talking about so many other projects that we figured we should just kind of broaden it and make it simpler for some people, because some people were like, I don't want to watch that show. It's only about Upland, and I don't play Upland. And then other people, you know, so it was this confusing thing that I kept having to sort of explain. So it just felt like the right time to broaden it into the whole NFT sector, if you will. But thank you for having us here, man. Happy New Year to you guys. This is amazing.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Absolutely. Yeah. I do want to ask Mars Utah. A lot of people might not know this, but if you listen to the Upex podcast, the intro song is actually right here, Mars Utah. That is his voice that you hear. Mars is an artist, a rapper, and just crushes it with that song. So Mars Utah, say hello to everybody and happy New Year's.
Yeah, no, excited to be here. Thanks for having us. You know, it's happy to be hanging with you on an Upland special here. You know, I guess we're slacking off this year, Left House and I, over at the NFT Action News with the holidays.
We did our Christmas thing. We had a good Christmas show. We did. We did the New Year's show last year too. But you know, we're slacking. You're right. We're slacking.
In classic fashion, we decided to save time so that we could hang out with our families on New Year's, and then spent like 12 hours pre-recording a special that dropped at New Year's on the East Coast, and the one that dropped at New Year's on the West Coast.
Oh wow!
Wow. Two shows in one night. It was ridiculous.
That's crazy.
So looking back from your show last year to this show, New Year's this year, how crazy! I mean, everything has changed. What stands out to you the most, Left House, in Upland?
Oh man, there is so much more to, you know, where we are now than where we were a year ago. So much more has happened. So many more cities. You know, so much more use case and functionality for the whole metaverse of Upland. I think I mean, to the point where like I at one point sort of felt like I always knew what was going on in Upland. I knew all, like, you know, not anymore. Like, you know, there's so much more people, so many more little clicks and circles of things happening that I keep stumbling into. New YouTube shows about Upland that I keep stumbling into. And so, you know, it's hard now to kind of cover the whole thing, you know, because it's growing outside of the scope of one person's vision, I feel like. So that's, it's just massive. It's I can't believe how far it's come. I know you guys were talking a little bit about, you know, people having not having patience or having patience. It's weird for me because it feels like it's been, you know, no time at all and then so much time at the same time. So
yeah,
you know, from one perspective to the next, I can kind of feel like that urgency of like, oh, when, and then the other moment I'm like, whoa, hold on, so much has happened. Chill out, everybody. You know, so if anything, the longer you're in the space and in the game, the more I think you really do start to understand like patience, and then, you know, you start to see the floor change of on these prices, and you start to get like a different perception of like what's going on. And if you can kind of think long term, it gets really exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think like what you said there feels like it's been a really long time, but also not a lot of time at all. Like, yeah. I 100% resonate with that. I mean, I started with Upland back in April, so it's been, you know, a little over 8 months. It feels like it's been 3 years. Like,
oh yeah, like when we had
so crazy.
For the Christmas deal, you know, when Dirk was on, he busted me with like, oh, May 7th was a really important date. Do you know what date that was?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have no idea. And it was like, that was the drop of my art explorers, or, you know, right, my block explorers. And I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't even realize it was this year. Like, so yeah, a lot, it just keeps happening.
Yeah, just the size, it's crazy how fast the cities are going, you know, as you know, collection hunting and things like that. It used to be, you know, if they were announced ahead of time, but now the whole city's selling out almost immediately, it seems like. So even if you do your research in vanilla mode, you still have to race for it, which is pretty crazy. That really wasn't the case just not too long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago that we were, like you were worrying about a neighborhood selling out, not a whole city
Right.
selling out, but just a neighborhood within a city. So that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think we've had 2 cities sell out same day in a row now. It's on
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean,
So-
not even just same day, like within hours. Like,
Yeah.
So,
It's
you can
crazy.
hit the internet and do all your collection research, but you're probably still not going to get more than 2 of them.
Yeah,
That's
that's true.
All right, before we let you guys go, we do have to ask each of you. We'll start with Mars, Utah, and then go to Left House. 2022, what are you most looking forward to?
I say for me, it's gonna be whatever comes next with the NFT bridge and possibly galleries and that whole area of the Upland metaverse, and then also, of course, cars.
Yeah, that's right. The NFT portal. The NFT portal doesn't get mentioned a lot. We did drop that. This
Yeah.
week, but that's going to be huge. Interoperability between NFTs, being able to bring them into the game and export them out. Absolutely huge. So
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
one of my original Upland dreams, I lost the address, but I was going to buy 2 Bryant Place in San Francisco and open a basketball Top Shot card store in honor of Kobe Bryant, but then I didn't even buy the property. So,
Oh, hey, that would have been good. That would have been really cool. Left House, how about yourself?
Yeah, I think the kind of to go a little bit more detailed to Mars's answer. I mean, it's kind of the same answer, but that cross chain, getting NFTs in from different blockchains and stuff. I think that's going to be really an exciting moment when that happens. And just the whole year, like everything that's going to be on the roadmap for the year. I'm excited because I know that those things will cross those lines and dot those I's and cross those T's, and cars. That's going to be fun. Just like I'm curious are we going to change like the time frame of how long it takes to get around the city? Like how far away are we from that functionality changing? I'm excited for that.
Looking forward to playing Upland a little more.
Yeah.
So those features excite me a lot.
Mini games, arcades.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, all these things. I'm excited. I'm a kid in a candy store right now.
Us old school players, came in dreaming of crazy things long ago. So
Yeah, no, super, super exciting. 2022 is going to be, just look at everything that happened in 2021. I know we here at Upland are very excited. They are the NFT Action News. I keep wanting to say Upland Action News. It's so ingrained into my vernacular here. It's NFT Action News. They do a daily show over on YouTube, everybody. It's Mars, Utah. It's Left House. Go check them out. NFT Action News every single day. It's good stuff. Happy New Year, guys. Happy 2022.
Happy New Year.
And we'll see you next
Happy
time.
New Year.
Thanks, you guys, for joining.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Oh man, what a show! 2022 is just on the horizon, and it's exciting. It's been exciting to talk to everybody from the UCN, and it brings us to our last guests of the day. We're excited to have them here. We're going to bring them all on at once. Everybody in the show.
Ooh.
It is everybody from the Upex Podcast, which is quite a bit of people. It's T Davis, B Dag, Thank Me Later, and Too Stupid to Win, representing the Upex Podcast here. Happy New Year's, guys, and welcome.
Hey, thanks.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy Western New Year. Let's honor all of our players. It ain't everybody's New Year, but
that is true.
That's
Happy
correct.
New Year to most of y'all.
Yes,
Yeah.
Happy New Year's to most of y'all. Let's start with Too Stupid to Win. For anybody that's new, any new players that don't know of the Upex Podcast, which I doubt there's very many people out there, but Too Stupid to Win, why don't you introduce the Upex Podcast? Tell us a little bit about how you guys got started, because I actually don't know that. You guys predated myself. I've only been here for about a year, and the Upex Podcast was already rolling at that point. What is the Upex Podcast, and how did it get started?
Absolutely. So the Upex Podcast is the Upland Property Experts, and it was myself and Thank Me Later. I started January 5th of 2020, and Thank Me Later started soon after that. And we became friends over a couple month period. And probably in April, I started pitching an idea of a podcast. And Thank Me Later's like, bro, are we ever going to do this? So I went out and I got the equipment, and we started doing the Upex Podcast. June 17th, 2020 was our first published episode. And then later on in the year, we started the New York Minute with T. Davis once Manhattan was released, and we brought T on board. And then we saw that, hey, Bakersfield open, Fresno open. We were starting to get more and more cities, and we realized that it was kind of hard for just two of us to handle. So T. Davis spun off on another episode each week and brought BDAG into the fold. And we have a pretty good dynamic between the four of us and all the episodes.
Very cool. Now, T. Davis, are you guys, T. Davis and BDAG, are you guys focused mainly on the East Coast, West Coast? Is there a rivalry here between East Coast and West Coast with the show? How does that work?
I don't think there's much of a rivalry. At first, we were covering more of the East Coast stuff, but as of lately, we kind of cover everything. I mean, wouldn't you say so, BDAG?
Yeah, I would say there tends to be some overlap between the two episodes, but we certainly have different takes, how we approach the data and interest. And I would be pretty certain that our audiences, while there is some crossover, that our audiences are pretty unique. So that helps us to cover a wider range of people.
Very cool.
And if you ask anybody, T. Davis is way more organized, and the running joke on our episode is, if T. Davis were here, so there's a little, we're a little more entertaining and a little more loose. T does a good job of being very organized and hitting the points, and sometimes we see shiny objects and get distracted by those on our episode.
Let's go to Thank Me Later. Thank Me Later. I'm putting you on the spot here.
Okay.
What is your most memorable episode of the Upex Podcast?
Oh, memorable episode?
Let's do the past year, since this is a New Year's show, 2021. Most memorable episode. Is there one that really stands out that you enjoyed doing?
Probably either our 100th episode, which was pretty cool, or episode 69. I mean, we had a pretty big, we had fun with that one.
Wait, so wasn't the episode I came on? I'm offended. I gotta say.
Yeah.
Were you? Might have been. I don't know.
So for your 100th episode, we teamed up and did some block explorers, correct?
Yeah, no, that was super cool. Still some of the best block explorers. I don't even have a full set yet. That came out, I think. So
yeah, that was
obviously
for
big
our
fan.
year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1 year. That's right. That was a 1 year.
Very cool. Let's go. Too Stupid to Win. 2022 is coming. What are you most looking forward to?
We've been talking, and we're looking at a couple different platforms. So not only will we be bringing you the podcast, but we will also be streaming on YouTube and looking to stream on Twitch also. So we'll be a little more live to reach a broader audience each and every week.
Awesome. Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, bringing video in the mix and live video at that. Very fun. T. Davis and BDAG, how about you guys? What are you most looking forward to in 2022 inside of Upland?
Well, yeah, I'll let PD take the spotlight there with that.
MetaVentures.
Yeah, MetaVentures. Really looking forward to that. We had a meeting today, super exciting, and yes, obviously, I can't wait.
I think the other three of my cohorts here, y'all are Midwest, aren't you? So I am most looking forward to being the only West Coast person on this team. I'm most looking forward to some West Coast representation for cities. I want to see Seattle, Portland, LA all come alive. I'm a city guy. I love cities, so let's bring on a little more West Coast, man.
Yeah,
West Coast, man.
Yeah, you said Seattle, Portland, and LA. What would be your top pick?
I'm from the Portland area, so I would love to see Portland. But all three of those cities I've been to, and they all excite me for different reasons.
Very cool. Now, Thank Me Later is from Texas. Is in Texas, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Dallas.
Now, and I know a lot of players think Texas is next because of the sticker on the Upland van that was there. So, Thank Me Later. What city in Texas should Upland go to?
Dallas. Obviously.
Austin. He said Austin. Ignore what he said.
Austin's rubbish. Don't
Whoa.
bother. Rubbish. Like, you might as well have another Cleveland release if you're going to do that.
I've been to Dallas. I like Dallas. Dallas is cool.
Dallas. Yeah. I mean, honestly, Dallas is really the only option. But you'll probably go Houston, so whatever. But I don't know. Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys. Then you got the Texas Houstons though, or the Houston Texans rather.
Texas Houston.
The Houston Texans.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, Dallas has got a way bigger NFLPA fan base, so
they're the biggest market in the league. So yeah, I don't know.
Just saying.
I can't reveal anything, but.
So thank me later. You've been big on the NFLPA legits, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I've been big on anything that's not just new properties at this point. So,
sure,
I bought a bunch of the NFLPAs, but for me, I'm definitely more Block Explorer ornaments. I think I'm at a couple hundred of the Christmas ornaments at this point.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah. What's your strategy there? Why are you going so hard in on ornaments?
Well, first of all, from a gaming perspective, the biggest holiday like items in pretty much in every game is like the Christmas winter themed items. Those just have the biggest appeal for whatever reason. So that was very important. They're the Genesis ornaments for Christmas. That's very big. They're community created, which I think is kind of neat. Don't know if you'll do that in the future or if that's a one-off. And then decorating. So the other thing is, although unless I missed it, there wasn't a decorating contest for Christmas this year.
No, there wasn't.
But if the Halloween decorating contest is kind of like the template for future decorating contests where, you know, highest diversity plus number of buildings decorated gets you some sort of bonus or multiplier, then having access to all of the Genesis ones when there's going to be more neighborhoods. Picture a time when there's more neighborhoods than there are available ornaments. Right. So, I mean, having access to multiple of those original ornaments to be able to support any neighborhood you want, I think is going to be very powerful and very valuable in the future.
Awesome.
Very cool.
I'm very bullish on.
Yeah, our contest winners should thank me later because you were responsible for a lot of their earnings.
I bought several. I mean, I was offering a pretty good markup when I thought it was just going to be one set per person. Then when it came out, I spent probably a couple million on the primary market, and I'm a couple million deep on the secondary market at this point.
That's awesome.
Yeah, very cool. Let's give TwoStupid to win the last word here before we let you guys go. TwoStupid to win. Why should players tune in to the Upex Podcast in 2022?
Because you never know what Thank Me Later is going to say, and that makes half the show. And if you want the detailed all the numbers and the deep dives, you definitely want to listen to T Davis and BDAG. But yeah, all around, we bring you unique shows focused around Upland, focused around the community. And it's, you know, we were the original broadcast, and we'll continue to churn it out each and every week. And we look forward to teaming up with Upland again for our 2nd year anniversary Block Explorers. Yeah, no, absolutely. Fun fact, I listen every Monday. Every Monday is my
nice
time. So there we go. That's when I catch up. So you feel free to leave some Easter eggs for me. I like that stuff. Anyways, Happy New Year's, T Davis, B Dag, TwoStupid to win. Thank Me Later of the Upex Podcast. Thank you very much. Here's to 2022. Thank you for all you guys do for the community, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yep. Cheers.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's. Happy 2022. Here we go. It's very exciting. This next year is going to be amazing. In honor of 2022, we are giving away 22,000 Upex to 5 lucky winners. All you have to do is fill out the form. A link is in the description below, and leave a comment on this video telling us what your Upland goals are for 2022. Good luck. Happy New Year, and we'll see you in the metaverse.
Happy New Year, Uplanders. It's going to be a great one. Cheers.
Okay.